What's the weirdest question you've been asked today? Yeah, this is what I'm asking. And the video I have today is not a completed project at all. It's the beginning of a project. There's a friend from church. She and her kids have two fairly hefty dogs and two cats too. But the dogs are, well, we're going to try and put a gate up, but it's going to have to be pretty tough. So I'm going to see about using these bed frames for that gate. And if you have any thoughts on this, I would very much appreciate it, especially if you've got any experience with this and have tried to set gates up before. It's going to be a little tricky because it's a rental and there's quite a bit of flexibility from what I understand, but I want to be well inside any parameters that there might be. So we're going to have to be a little creative, but I think it's going to work. The measurements actually work out, as you'll see. And it's great to get a chance to try and do this for these folks. They're good friends, and I think it'll simplify things for them a little bit because the dogs are pretty energetic and a lot of people walking by their place and around their place. Not everybody really respects people's space as much as some others do. And, the dogs get a little fidgety, and it'll be nice if they're just in that little patio enclosure and the family can just leave them out there when they need to, and they don't have to worry about them yanking on their chain or anything like that. So anyway, that's the idea, and I think the video that I've got here will show kind of what we have in mind. I'm really blessed and grateful, especially when I get to do things for friends and just try to learn as I go. Just saying, not going to claim to be an expert or a pro, but I think I might be able to help, and let's see how it goes. And if we need to do it better, we will. But I think this idea might work. And I hope you've had a good day. I am whooped because it was really cold and about just under 20-mile-an-hour winds and sleety to start the morning and everything. And I did 8 miles out spraying yards today, and some of it was in the wide open, no trees, no big house cover. And I'm ready to take a nap. But before I do that, I'm going to get this video done and have it to share with you. And I sure do appreciate you watching. Hope you're counting your blessings and letting people know what you're grateful for. I sure am grateful myself, and I know I'm blessed, and I just really appreciate the chance to share that with you. Thanks. Okay, it's surprisingly cold, very windy, but I'm going to try to get at least the start of something today. And we're looking at a bed frame. The headboard and end board of a bed frame. And I got these in somebody's trash pile the other day, and they very nicely, as I was loading them up, came out and said, yeah, we threw those away because they had mites. I guess wood mites or bed bugs or both. So I went ahead and took them and started doing some research on how to kill mites. And this is important to me because I really want to use these to help out a friend who's having trouble with at their condo rental, having trouble with their dogs being considered somewhat of a nuisance, mostly by kind of maybe whiny people. But we're going to try to see if those could become a gate or gates on their patio. But I got to make sure that all the bugs are dead before we do anything like that. So I'm going to get some measurements today, and then we're also going to see if I can follow up on some research I've done on making sure that wood has no more bugs at all when there has been a problem. Let's see where it goes from here. All right, I'm not sure yet if it's going to go long ways as was made to do, 42.5 inches, or if these might work sideways, which is 33 and change. Call it about 30, just under 34. So let's go see what kind of opening we've got to work with, and that's 34 by 42 and a half. 34 by 42 and a half. Okay. All right, here's the patio, and yeah, I've got it kind of fish-eyed right now, but that fence may or may not be straight up and down. So let's get a measurement here, and then what I'm going to have to think about is what the gate is going to attach to be secured. If I'm going to have to put a post in there or what exactly. All right, get a measurement and we'll see what our options might be. Well, you know, that's kind of interesting because I'm getting, call it 45 inches, and 42 plus a 4x4 post is just about right. So that may be the way to go with that. Now I'll have to see if that's going to be tall enough to keep their rather big dogs in. All right, we'll do some checking on the dog math as well. All right, so 56 from here, and that may be like 1.5 of those headboards. Yeah, that looks pretty reasonable. Yeah, the measurements check out, especially since I have the side panels for these as well that I can use as the latch mount near the house. So I think we're going to go forward with this, and may check tomorrow and see what my hinge options are. But first thing is we need a hot day where I can put these on top of the trailer and just let them bake in the sun after I've hosed them down with what I'm seeing is apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Now, if anybody knows a better option than that, I've got bleach, I've got other stuff too. I'm going to do some more research, but that's probably what we're going to try and do. And it might even look kind of cool. What's probably going to end up happening is using 1.5 of these. So I'll cut off the second one here and use 2 full panels. So it'll be a full panel, and this open part. Then the lady that I'm doing this for and her kids, they'll be able to like look out through this, but the dogs, it'll be a little too high for them even to get up on their front paws and look out and be tempted to bark and jump and all that. So going to use 2 of the bottoms and the top and make one solid piece and make a gate out of it. It looks like it'll work. I just have to figure out some details. Hey, thanks for watching. Hey, comments welcome for sure on this one. If you've got good ideas, I'd love to know about them. Thanks.